What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast.
Right.
Presented by our damn self.
Damn selves.
281, was it 185?
185.
285. I just got 100 lost episodes. The lost episodes.
185.
Yeah. 185, yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to the lovely jazz creator of J-Sculpt, first fitness belt, ladies, that covers the entire midsection and provides 100% comfort during your workouts. Get a J-Sculpt,
Yes.
get a J-Sculpt just in time for the holidays. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I want to start things off on an unfortunate note. Rest in peace. Going out to Mr. Tom Tiny Lister, better known as Debo from the Friday movies. 62 years old. Said he died of complications from COVID is what I was reading. Something that said he got COVID a few months back. So that contributed to his death, possibly. So.
And they said that he was saying that he thought that he was maybe getting it again because he, like you said, he did have it a few months ago and then he wasn't feeling well. And then when his people didn't hear from him when they were calling him.
Yeah, because they had just talked to him that night before and then the following day, nobody heard from him. So then they did a wellness check and found him dead in there.
Yeah.
In his apartment.
Sad.
Yeah.
He had to be there alone, you know.
Yeah. I grew up with this. Yeah. A lot of my childhood was watching him. Because before he was Debo, he played Zeus in the WWE back in the late 80s. Yeah. He was like Hogan's nemesis in the.
He beat Hogan.
He beat Hulk Hogan. He choked him out. I was at that. Yeah, I got a funny story. Yeah, first wrestling show I ever went to, Survivor Series, 1989. Like, yeah, when I was a kid.
Oh.
It was in it was like the Rosemont Horizon was back then. It was now it's called the Allstate Arena.
Allstate Arena, right?
Building, yeah. And Zeus was in one of the matches there. Because like Zeus's team versus Hogan's team, so I got to see Debo live. First wrestling show I ever went to, I got to see one of his rare matches. He didn't wrestle that long. He wrestled maybe a few months, so I got to see one of his rare wrestling appearances. I was there.
All right, so, yeah, history. Wow.
Yeah, I just watched that match again on the WWE Network, and after we lost him, I said, "Let me watch. Go back.
Let me watch it." Right.
That's dope. During his days as a pro wrestler that a lot of people forgot about.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I was there. Me and Feast. Feast was there too, yeah. Feast probably forgot, but I definitely remember. Man, Feast probably forgot the name. Oh, yeah, that's right. Debo was there?
Debo was there?
Yeah, that was one of his rare wrestling appearances, yeah. But what they said, Cube had a nice tribute he posted. I'm gonna read the exact thing verbatim. Let me go to Cube's Twitter.
Yeah. His was
Cube
good.
Had a nice tribute about Tiny Lister. So let's read this if I ever find the damn thing.
Yeah, because who didn't? I mean, like we just, like that's part of our child, like the menacing dun 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 when the music comes on. Rise up on the bike.
I got it, yeah. R.I.P. Tiny Debo Lister, America's favorite bully, was a born entertainer who would pop into character at the drop of a hat, terrifying people on and off camera, followed by a big smile and a laugh. Thank you for being a good dude at heart. I miss you already. So that touched me right there. Because you could tell that with Tiny Lister, like you couldn't tell whether he was serious or not. Like when he was popping the character, and like that told the story perfectly there. Like they say in real life, he's more like a gentle giant. But like,
a gentle giant.
After the Debo mode, you wouldn't know. Like people would actually get scared. It's like
it's not like punk.
Remember it was a few years ago. It was the BET Awards, I think. Was it the BET or Soul Trends? One of them award shows that Debo made an appearance. And like the host, and then we're legit scared. I remember that. Like, okay, yeah. I don't know whether to laugh at that. Like he came on stage in character as Debo. I forgot which show that was. And then the host was like, oh, okay. It's like, he legit terrified people when he's going to Debo mode. Yeah.
Because like the irony is that they say like even though his name was Tiny, his nickname he was 6'5". So the irony there.
Dude, yeah. And a lot of people don't know. Yeah, a lot of people probably couldn't figure out that he was blind in his right eye. He couldn't see on this side, which is like makes it even more impressive that he actually wrestled because he couldn't see at all on this side. Yeah.
And in the way that he would like just deliver his characters and just do the lines and to like give like so much conviction in all his roles that he played. Yeah. That's amazing. I didn't know he was blind. I didn't know he was.
That's why his eye, like it would go like the other way because he was blind in his right eye.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I never knew that. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, he can only see on his left side.
The fact that, that he was able to overcome that adversity and become like, like basically
great character actor.
Like black hip hop, like black Hollywood royalty. He was
He's
black.
A great character actor is what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of his other roles he starred in, he was in The Wash. I remember. I'm just thinking of other movies. Remember that? He was one of the guys that worked at the car wash.
Yeah.
He also played in one of the worst movies of all time. Remember Talking Dirty After Dark? Him and Phyllis Yvonne Stickney were a couple in that.
I remember that.
He was in Armed and Dangerous with John Candy and what's his name? Eugene Levy. I'm just thinking of random movies he was in.
Oh, Eugene Levy? No way. I gotta look that up now.
Yeah, John Candy, Eugene Levy. They put like security guards and like Debo. It's like
it sounds awesome. It sounds great. I'm gonna watch it. It sounds great.
Debo, yeah, Eugene Levy, John Candy, and Tiny Lister. Like, how can you go wrong with that?
And for people who don't know who Eugene Levy is, aka Jim's dad from American Pie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then John Candy, Uncle Buck, John, everybody knows.
Spike from Brewster's Millions. Spike.
Yeah. Spike, yeah.
Yeah, everybody. He's in the Blues Brothers. He played like one of the detectives chasing Jake and Elwood. Yeah. He played Ox in was it Stripes with Bill Murray? Ox, yeah, that was one of my favorites. Now I'm gonna get back to Tiny. I went into a whole John Candy. Second City alum, much like myself. Shout out, yeah. So, but yeah, that one, yeah, in '62, like so young, man. Yeah, it's like that's not old at all to just gone, man.
And then also earlier this week, we had the other loss too with Natalie Desselle.
Oh yeah, Natalie Desselle
lost her.
I forgot to mention her first because once Tiny happened, that one I was like, because I had a more of a connection with him because
you saw him at the wrestling.
I saw the wrestling show and Friday. I was a big fan of the original Friday movie, which I saw in the show. Like might have been opening day. I saw Friday, but yeah, that was I was a big fan of that dude. Yeah, but Natalie Desselle Reid, what was she, 52? 53. She colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
I don't know. I want to say. No, she played in Halle Berry and Baps. Like
Baps.
She played Dre's sister in How to Be a Player.
That's the one I loved her in. I loved her in How to Be a Player as like the nosy little sister.
One who tried to set him up, but then he like weaseled his way out of it because he invited all of his hoes to that party.
You a beast who's about to get busted. You a beast about to get busted on him.
Somehow he wiggled his way out of all of it. Then her girl was a hater and she set him up and shit.
Your girl was be some ass.
Mari Ma was a hater and set him up.
Yeah.
Because he had got out of the party. Shit. He wiggled out of every one of those and shit.
Right. Son of a bitch.
Lisa Turtle was his girl in that movie. Yeah. Lisa from Saved by the Bell played Bill Bellamy's girl, and Natalie Desselle Reid played his sister.
With his nosy little sister. And then, she also starred on the show Eve in the early 2000s. Yeah.
You've had a sitcom like back. UPN, right? UPN?
On UPN, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She had a sitcom on UPN that a lot of people forgot about. She played her bestie, I think, on there.
Yeah, Janie. Yeah, she was like the always effervescent, gives you opinions when you really didn't ask for them sometimes. She was like that friend, but she has sweet intentions. She was, like her characters have always been like likable characters. Like, you like her, because of her personality, and everybody just said that she was just such a sweetheart and just
nice
hearing that news.
We had to about her.
Yeah, just hearing that news, it was just.
Let's find that. I want to read the quote verbatim. I like going to the source.
And they were actually set to do a backstage play, but because of COVID, this
ain't no stage play. Ain't no stage
Yeah,
play.
yeah, because they were supposed to be doing one because, like, you know, they were all set because she and Pierre, I believe, were the only ones who were going to return the original cast that was going to be in the stage play of it. And then COVID happened.
Pierre is definitely doing stage plays now, so I definitely see that.
They had to stop production on it, and then, you know, then this happened.
I'm reading from Natalie Desselle Reed's Instagram. It's like, it is with extremely heavy hearts that we share the loss of our beautiful Natalie this morning from colon cancer. She was a bright light in this world, a queen, an extraordinary mother and wife. Her diverse career touched so many, and she will be loved forever. Naturally, we are grieving and processing this profound loss. We thank you in advance for respecting our privacy. It's an extremely difficult time. So sad.
Yeah.
At least she had 3 kids, I think. At least she was a mother of 3, I want to say, yeah.
Well, I broke the story I saw Holly Robinson Pete broke it because
and I saw Halle Berry is where I saw it.
Because Holly Robinson Pete's mom was her manager.
Uh-huh.
So that's why, because she was like, I got to know Natalie when my mom was managing her, and that's how she got to know Natalie. So
and I saw Halle post on her Instagram or Twitter. Halle posted about.
Yeah, I saw hers.
Died. Yeah, that's why
she was like, she just couldn't. And then what was so ironic is that Thursday before she passed, she had shared a throwback.
Posted something from BAPS. Yeah. It's
right.
So ironic. She had just posted
just posted that as
right
a
before that.
Thursday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she passed away like that Monday morning. Like Monday, she had just passed away, and she posted that Thursday, the throwback Thursday clip of them in characters because they were doing like an MTV interview, but they were in their BAPS characters doing their MTV interview, like, hey, they're doing like their, you know. So it just was just sad. Like, you know, like that's our black Hollywood, you know, like we, you know, like we love that.
90s, like you're familiar
right,
with them if you're like a product of the 90s, and they were big in the 90s, both Natalie Desselle and Tiny Lister. They were huge in the 90s, both of them. They were like,
and she was in the Brandy Cinderella. She played one. Yeah, she played one of the evil stepsisters.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was wrong one. I was supposed to say the hip hopper. That was Carmen with Beyonce. Okay. Was that the same producers? I don't remember.
I don't know. But
I mixed those up. Like
the hip hopper.
Was that the hip? I said no, that was the hip hopper. That was a different one. Those kind of remind me of each other. The Cinderella,
with, the Whitney Houston being the fairy godmother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it was just really just overall just sad news that we had to hear. I'm like, damn you 2020. Like this 2020 is just
fucking sucks, man.
Like I mean, like we still trying to process Kobe, we still trying to process Chadwick, we still trying to process Alex Trebek, you know, it's like, and then
been a wild ass year, man.
Yeah, it's just
Cliff Robinson is just like, man, this year has just sucked, man.
Regis Philbin.
Yeah.
Hugh Downs.
Just lost all my country, the fans. Charlie Pride just died.
Yeah, I saw that. Charlie Pride, yeah.
Black country legend right there. So
I'm like, what is going on?
It's wild, man. 2020 been wild as hell, bro.
And then some of our greats, like Jerry Stiller, Carl Reiner. So
a couple of the OGs, we call them.
Our great entertainers. I
think Janae Dubois was this year.
Janae Dubois.
Been a lot, man.
Kirk Douglas. Yeah, so it was like some big names.
Naya Rivera, we lost this year.
Yeah.
So again, this 2020 have been wild. We kind of doing our wrap up already, like a couple of weeks in advance. We're gonna talk about all this again, like when we wrap
up. Ginsburg.
Yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Been a wild year, man.
Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis. I missed that.
No, not Carl Lewis. I'm drawing a blank.
What did he do?
I can't think of who. I'm sorry, I can't think of who. Somebody else. Who would you say? You said Cliff Levis. You said Cliff.
Cliff Robinson, former Trailblazer, 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
when Jordan hits the shot and he shrugs, like Cliff Robinson's right behind him. Like,
right.
The headband on, that's Cliff Robinson. We lost him this year too.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears, like, because it's been a wild ass year. And we still in COVID, but apparently Pfizer, the vaccine has been approved by the FDA. And as we speak, I hear that the doses are starting to be shipped out. As we record this, I did see that story this morning. It's like, so they shipping these doses. So, but for all the anti-vaxxers, like, have no fear. It's like, it's not going to be available to regular folks anyway. Medical workers, and they're saying if you live in like a senior facility, like assisted living, like that's where they started with those, because you work in the medical field, you're around people with COVID all the time, so you're vulnerable. And then the older people are in that vulnerable, like they're in that area, that vulnerable area. I guess, I don't know is area the right word? You're in that in that
field, basically in that field, in that field of your profession, because you're more susceptible to things. So
Breakfast Club had a hilarious they were talking about the vaccine and the anti-vax thing, and like me, I'm kind of like with Charlamagne on that. I'm not anti-vax, I'm not pro-vax. It's just like, it is what it is. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't want it, but it's like they had a thing. It's like I forgot where they got this song from, but somebody posted a tweet like, people some boy, they scared to take the vaccine, but you out here eating strangers' asses though. It's like, so then they had they did a call-in segment. It's like, would you rather take the vaccine or eat a stranger's ass? Yeah, you're right. You hooking up with a chick you just met and eating her ass. So, yeah, it's like, that's pretty dangerous. So I kind of.
How about, as Brewster said, none of the above? How about none of the above?
It was hilarious, like some of the responses.
People
were leaning towards that eating the ass one. That's what made it funny. It's like, that's what's hilarious about it. There's a lot of ass eaters that called into that segment.
Just want to admit they ate ass, not be judged. We know where it was.
That was their way of coming out as an ass eater.
But it is true with that, though. People are like that's the problem I have. Like, if you're a person and you do everything au naturel and don't believe in
you can't get mixed messages. Because another thing,
I feel you with that. I feel you with that.
If they really wanted to get us, there's easier ways to get you than through a vaccine that like half the people in the country don't even want to take right now anyway. So at least half the people that don't want to take. It's like, have you ever read a Coca-Cola bottle and shit? All the fucking ingredients on that shit is like, you don't know if you eat Pringles and shit, like all this shit like you put in your body, you don't know what's in this shit. It's like
the only way
they put it in your Coke bottle if they wanted to get you, not a syringe. Right there on that shelf and shit.
Instead of COVID, Coke-vid, you have it in the Coke, right?
Coke-vid is a good title for the episode.
Coke-vid, right? It'll be right there. Mm-hmm. But that's my thing.
If they really want to get you, they got better ways to get you. Popeye's chicken sandwich. Come on. You don't know what's in that fucking sandwich.
I still have not eaten a Popeye's chicken sandwich. I have not. Mm-hmm. I don't know if many other people can say that, but I haven't eaten a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Wow, you got two people right here that have never tasted it.
Two people right here.
I can't tell you if it sucks or not. I've never tasted it. I don't know. So if they wanted to put something in you, that would be a much easier way than Popeye's chicken sandwich. We don't know the ingredients in that breading and shit.
And then let's not even go here. Like, if you drink liquor, they can get your alcohol.
Yep.
It's the holiday season. I'm sure that people may be feeling festive. So
especially, I see the holiday nog at the grocery. I was at Jewel earlier today. The little holiday nog they got there. They got the little holiday nog out by the front. People that like getting those impulse buys, you might pick one up.
Yeah, because they have
right there, right by the checkout. The little holiday nog.
The E&J one with the liquor and the holiday eggnog.
Holiday nog. I saw it today. By the register. Mm-hmm. I say, okay, look at that. For all the alcoholics, as Eddie Kane would say.
And then if you smoke, Like, I mean, we know about smoking because, like, we've seen the Truth commercial for years.
Yeah, they talk about all this shit. Now they do think now is the vaping is what they're going after now. I guess they cigarettes like I won't say they dead, but like it's very rare you see like motherfuckers smoking in public like that. It's just like
like smoking in public is such like a taboo thing now.
Don't see it all that much. Even like when you go like by the entrances way, it's like you used to see people outside smoking. You don't even see that as much anymore. You might see like 1 or 2 people like smoking outside now, but now vaping is the thing that the Truth commercials are going after now. Shit, that's what I've been seeing.
If you vape, this is what happens to your body when you vape. You're going to grow a third ear right here.
Putting these toxins in you when you vape. Yeah, now
they show you looking like the creature from the Goonies. They show you looking like that. Like if you they make like claims that you'll look like that. And it's like, whoa. But I mean, it's many other ways. Like I've always said, unless you're growing your own food, preparing your own food, and by everything you have to actually eat agriculture. Like even if you go to Whole Foods, you don't know what. Like now, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy person. If you go to a store, you don't know what happened to it before it got to the store. No matter how good
something is like organically grown, but unless you grew it, you don't fucking know.
Unless you grew it yourself, you don't know. Because people be like, well, I shop at Whole Foods and I buy all organic. Okay.
Did you sit and watch the farmer grow it organically?
Okay. It's like, okay. I'm not trying to be paranoid person to try and like make you be like with a tinfoil hat and I'm not trying to do that, but unless you actually do everything yourself, then you don't know what's going into your food. You don't. You can speculate and you can do as much and be careful, but unless you're doing your own things, like I know people who have like chickens, so like they have their chickens lay their eggs and they eat fresh eggs from their chickens. I have people who like grow their own food, have like
garden. Do that as well.
So unless you're doing that, and if you are a person who likes to drink, it's people who brew their own beer. If you do that, I mean, then you know exactly.
All my weed smokers, they grow their own weed.
Grow your own marijuana.
Especially now that you can do that legally. It's not against the law to grow your own weed now. So I know people that do that.
So unless you're doing all this stuff yourself.
Or in Illinois, it's still very illegal in a lot of states.
Yeah, let's rephrase that. Yeah, don't go out there because if you try to be in another
state. This plays everywhere. I thought about that and shit. Yeah, shout out to my Dublin, Ireland people that listen all the time.
Yes.
This shit plays everywhere. So yeah, if you're in Illinois, yeah, like you can grow your own weed. In another neighboring states, like like Indiana, I think the shit is still illegal there. So don't do that shit if you listen.
Wisconsin is illegal.
In Gary, don't do that shit.
We don't want to. Well, Oz and Naima said we could. Oz and Naima ain't said shit.
Based in Chicago, Illinois. I'm talking about January 1st of this year, it became legal in Illinois.
Yeah. And then we don't know where that money went, but that's another story.
And Daddy JB's pockets, right here in my pocket. Daddy Rich.
That money went.
It's a good place for money in this world. You watch Car Wash and shit. That's what he did.
Sipping.
But yeah, the vaccine is being shipped as we speak. I'm looking at it right now, the news story. So
yeah, we
shall see.
We'll see how that goes.
I wonder what the end game is for this shit. Like if people pretty much reject it, like I keep saying, what's the end game? How's this going to end? We're not going to stay in. We're going to be walking around and with bras on our face forever and shit. How's this going to end and shit? Yeah.
In my mind, I'm picturing we're gonna be like the Wiz, and we're just gonna wake up like, "Can you feel a brand new day?" We're just gonna wake up and do that.
COVID is the Wicked Witch, is what you're saying. COVID is Eveline and shit. Rest in peace to the late Mabel King.
Water, I hate water.
I hate water.
We're just gonna do that and just like pull up our mask and be dancing in the street. Like, what is the end game? Like, I mean, if this was a musical, that's how COVID would end.
Oh yeah, COVID the musical. That's sick, man. Pun intended. That's sick. COVID the musical. It's sick. That'd be the review I gave it. COVID the musical.
I can't. Now I'm waiting on like Seth MacFarlane or like, somebody to like write like Because he's good with like writing tunes and stuff, somebody like that to write.
I was watching my friend over in China walking around wearing these masks. I said, look at these fools over in China. They can all kiss my ass. Now here in America.
And you gotta wait for the chorus line come out like. Oh my gosh. You got like
Donald Trump said it was a hoax, but now it ain't no joke. We got the COVID. COVID the musical. Let's go, man.
But like we say, like you have to sometimes laugh to keep from crying. So that's what the phrase. That's what
that brother walk in. Man, this disease is crazy, yo. It even took out the homie Debo. Come on, man. COVID the musical. Let's go, man. Degrees is crazy, yo. They even wiped out the homie Debo. I just made all that shit up off the top of my head. Like, we don't plan none of this, so I just made up COVID the musical. The lyrics, all that shit. Right? And
then we gotta have they have Alec Baldwin be Donald Trump in it because come on, he has to be.
You gotta play Trump, yeah, and you gotta bring in Jim Carrey as Joe Biden. Let's bring all of them in. God damn it, Maya Rudolph, bring them all in. Bring them
and
all.
Maya Rudolph has to speak, so yeah, that'll work for her.
Mm-hmm.
And have him doing the Trump hands. Speaking of Trump, you saw he lost the appeal.
Texas, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
I got people in Texas that were laughing their ass off at that shit.
People are like, now people are saying, now it's over now.
It's really going to be over when the electoral count.
Yeah, when the electoral, which is Monday. They do the electoral on the 14th.
So yeah, sooner rather than later, it's going to be over.
Because, I mean, but my thing is, he's out here playing chess. He is playing chess. Trump is. Like, people just see what he's doing in front of. They don't see what he's doing, like what he's working behind. Like, this is just all a distraction. All these people getting sucked into him, like people on the left being, oh, he's abusing the Constitution. He's thinking that he's above the law. And then his right people, his right-wing extreme people.
Y'all worked up over a bunch of nothing. That's
everybody is just falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Me, you see, I didn't mention him, yeah, but since we talking about it,
everybody's falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I mean, I just had to address it because it's a big story.
It's current. So I get it. Yeah,
it's a big story.
But I don't get my energy to that bullshit, but I know.
But my thing is, I'm like, you guys are really falling for the okie doke. Y'all are like, this man is out here. He got some shit that he's planning. He's like playing chess while we out here playing checkers on him. He is like we like to try to be like he's stupid, this and that. He's not as stupid as you think. He's not. And all this is just smoke and mirrors.
Stupid at all. He just likes to talk and shit.
All of this is smoke and mirrors. What he's doing while he's creating this distraction, like what he's saying. Swordfish. What's his name? Gabriel saying Swordfish. Like, how did Houdini make an elephant disappear or something in the room?
Direction, Stanley.
Misdirection. That's what's going on right now.
This Donald Trump is fucking Stanley. I mean, not Stanley. Yeah, it's Gabriel and shit. Yeah.
He's getting people worked up, and then like
ginger and shit. God damn it, let's go.
The people who I've done it, it's done.
It's done.
It's done. They said she just wants to get the hell out of the White House and just go home. That's what they said. I mean, I can imagine her play how she's feeling because like she's just over.
Didn't ask for any of this shit.
She's like, look,
she didn't want to be first lady. She just wanted to marry a billionaire. That's what.
Marry a rich man.
She didn't want to be first lady and shit
at all.
Come on.
She just wanted her sugar daddy.
Hell, like, to be honest, Michelle didn't want to be first lady. Like, no. Barack talked about that on his Breakfast Club interview. He's like, Michelle did not want me to run. So, yes.
All right. But the scrutiny that you get, it's like.
Then once it started catching, like, he started catching fire, like, but, she didn't want him to run. She was like, yeah, she said, that's one of the things, like, because people look at them and say, God, they got this perfect marriage and family. But he talked about that. It's like, no, it wasn't as perfect as you think. Like, it probably was 50-50 that Michelle was going to leave him during that time because she didn't want to be part of none of that shit. He was like, yeah, she almost left me, but we figured it out, though. Yeah.
Because it's a lot. Like, all the scrutiny that you get.
Yeah, in the public eye the whole time. Like, look at her now. Like, yeah. People say you look like a fucking man and shit all the time. Like, who wants that life and shit? Come on. Yeah. Who the fuck wants that?
Yeah, but she does.
Nobody wants that and shit.
She wore her arms out. She's wearing a sleeveless shirt. What? Are we really talking about her wearing her arms out? Her arms are freaking great. But it seems like Dr. Biden, it seems like Dr. Jill Biden, it seems like she'll probably have a better.
She's been there.
She's been there before.
Biden has been in politics for like fucking 50 years. Yeah. So she's been there.
It's like she'll be received better. You know, because it's like with Michelle, I said, we know why she wasn't received by certain people. We know why.
Well,
and then Melania, we know why she wasn't received by people because like they like viewed her as like, oh, she's a dingbat, you know, like like why she wasn't received. But Dr. Jill Biden is going to be received much better because it's like she has that appeal to like kind of everybody because she was a teacher, she's a doctor, she's a suburban, like she can vibe with like the suburban moms and then the teachers and. She can relate to like a lot of different people, and it's hard to like pinpoint flaws in her and be like, "Ugh, it's hard for people to like say mean things to her and feel good about it." Because the fact that she married a man who was widowed with children, with small children,
yeah.
So I mean,
what's the name was just kind of there, and she was just super fucking nice, so people didn't really go after Laura Bush that much either.
Laura Bush. They didn't go after her.
She's like a fucking soccer mom, like baking cookies. Like she just fucking nice. Nobody really there. Even much people hated W, you never really heard people talk about her.
No, they did.
She was so fucking nice and shit. So you really didn't hear nobody say shit about her.
She's like PTA mom.
She's at home baking cookies. That's what she said. That type of shit.
She'll be on the fundraiser for her kids' school at the PTA. Is what she seemed like.
She seemed like such a nice fucking lady. So nobody really said shit too much about her.
Right.
Are you ready to shift gears from politics?
Yes.
And talk about is knocking a black man out racist? Yeah. Have you heard this story?
Oh, I must have missed this.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love when I break some news to you. Yeah. Let's talk about Jemele Hill and Kari Champion. You know they have their show on Vice. They also have a podcast as well. Too.
Right.
Oh, one of their recent episodes, they had Jake Paul on there. Yeah. And Jemele Hill's gone Jemele. Jamel's gone Jemele. So she asked him, like, in these sensitive times we're in right now, is knocking a black man out racist? Like, so then Jake Paul, he answered right away. He's like, nah, it's sports. Like, you know what it is. Then he had like a Teddy Riley moment with his internet got like kind of goofy. So then when he got back up and shit, then Kari Champion doubled down. Like Jemele seemed like she was more jokey with it. And Kari Champion is like, yeah, but let's get back to this question. Is knocking a black man out racist? He's like, no, stop asking me a stupid-ass question. So then he got hot a little bit, and then that's when Kari said, well, we trying to keep you woke or some shit, she said like that. And yeah. But I thought it was a dumbass question. I think Jemele was half joking and Kari was more serious.
Yeah, he didn't take it as like, oh, we just.
I think the second time is when he got annoyed. The first time because if somebody asks, especially as a white man, like this the last that just knocked out a black dude, the last thing you want to do is be called racist.
Exactly.
So, he asked me, answered it, and then when she asked the second time, that's when he started getting annoyed. Like,
why you keep on bringing this up?
Like unless I asked the question, like, why? Yeah.
Unless you got me on tape making racial slurs and doing things like that, then.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have me on tape doing that, then absolutely come after me all you want. But
and to me, like where they like I said, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, Jemele, more so because she was kind of laughing the whole time. She seemed like it was like, is it racist? Like she was kind of chuckling the whole time. It's like, well, but with Jemele being Jemele, like her jokes don't come off the same as like if me and you said the shit, like it would come off more as jokey and shit. Yeah. Or if you had like comedians saying it, it'll really come off joking. Like if Leon Rock like that, or like Wildcat was saying shit. Yeah, like
we always say the Cinema Sins, that's racist. You know, the way you say
like that. It's more like Cinema Sins. Like that's what I think Jamel was going for that, but it didn't hit because Jamel's going to Jamel. Yeah. And then where was I going with that? I forgot. Oh yeah. And here's the thing with the whole Jemele Hill thing with where she's like, I heard I'm trying to choose my words carefully. The ignorance in that statement is that racist is because if you know the history of boxing is the one sport that was never segregated.
It was always integrated, right?
Well, you had like Joe Louis and like Jack Johnson knocking white boys out like back in the day. Like
Jack Johnson was doing that in the 30s, in the 20s and the 30s, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Joe Louis is probably like the 30s and 40s or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know when his prime was, probably 40s. I don't know. Yeah.
He beat Joe Louis's ass.
Yeah. Now I was like, and that's see, Joe fought Rocky Marciano. Yeah, so one day, and he did beat Joe Louis. That actually happened. Yeah. He wasn't lying and Coming to America. Joe Louis did get his ass whipped like our.
The reason why I know that's because of Coming to America.
And I've discovered that then I went and looked up the song and say, he did get his ass kicked. He was Arsenio was right. I don't know how old he was, but he got his ass whipped.
Joe was 109 years old.
I think that actually happened. But like that's the ignorance of the statement is like where other sports like baseball, we famously know Jackie Robinson crossing the color line, the Negro League, But boxing was like,
there was no brothers allowed back in the day.
Yeah. That's why the ABA became a thing because all brothers were allowed there. So there you go.
Right. All brothers allowed. No brothers allowed. All brothers allowed.
Was it any white dudes in the ABA? I don't remember. Name your favorite white ABA player. I can't. I can only think of the brothers like Dr. J and like was it any? I don't think it was any white ABA player.
Jackie Moon, right?
Oh, yeah, Jackie Moon. What are you doing? That's right. Yeah, we got to name a fictional one. Find a white player. We got to name a fictional. I got to look back at my ABA history. So I'm trying to remember. Was it any white boys in that league? I don't remember. It might have not been. Yeah, other than Jackie Moon. But that's what me thinking as a sports fan thought that is like, you know the history of boxing, you know that wasn't racist at all. Yeah, and I think Nate was the one who called out Jake Paul. And if you call somebody out, then you get your ass kicked. That's on you. I think he was the one that called him out, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look back. I think Nate was the one that challenged Jake Paul.
If you do all this.
Yeah. So you can't challenge somebody and then get knocked out. That's kind of
don't write a check that write a check with your mouth that your ass can't cash. Ain't that what they say?
Yep.
That's what happens sometimes. You write a check with your mouth, you like, and I'm like,
according to that's what Sarge said to Dresser in the 5 Heartbeats. Then he asked to see his best combination
on my ass.
And then he said his combination wasn't shit. Yeah. Then he showed him some real dancing, but that's a whole nother thing. 5 Heartbeats. He said, "Can pay attention, you might learn something."
But yeah, it is like that though. You have to.
But that was my whole thing. I said they were joking, especially Jemele. Kari seemed like she was like more serious, but she doubled down. But Jemele definitely seemed like she was joking in it. Jake Paul answered the first time was kind of lighthearted. When Kari asked the second time, that's when he got annoyed. You could tell, and that's when it got real in this bitch. Then, like when that's what I saw at least. But I think it started out as a joke that turned serious.
I get it, and especially in these times, you don't want to imply. Like white people do not want to be implied at all that they're racist.
Especially if you're not a white supremacist at all, and like somebody like puts you in that box is like that's the last place you want to be as a white person who's not. If you're a racist, you don't care. It's like
if you're a racist, you don't care.
You're like, like coming from you, that's a compliment. Saying I'm a white supremacist, like if you're a racist, you don't give a shit.
But if you're not, and then somebody says you are, and then like we say, like sometimes once a story catches wildfire. Mm-hmm. You can't put it out, and then he's a racist. It's like I'm not a fucking racist, you know. It's like
on both sides. I'm trying to be fair to both sides, to Jake Paul and to Jemele and Kari. I think they were joking it was a joke that kind of became semi-serious, and then he got a little annoyed. It's like that's what it looked like to me. So I'm trying to like give both of them the benefit of the doubt on both sides of that. I don't think they were attacking him. I think because like you seeing that on the right side is that they were attacking him. I think it was a joke that just didn't.
I don't think it was
a joke that just landed wrong.
Like some stuff be ambushes, and you could tell like when some people be like, "Yeah, I'll come out and do this interview," and then you go in like, "Yeah, it's lighthearted," and then people come in, "This is something," and just come and just ask you all these like fucked up questions. You're like, "Wait a minute, what just happened?" Like you can tell certain things are ambushes. You can tell when an ambush has happened, but you can tell honestly where things may have just went a little bit off, and you're just like, okay. It went a little off, but
that's what Birdman was trying to prevent with the whole put some respect on my name with the Breakfast Club. But instead, he made a viral moment because he was trying to prevent an ambush, but he didn't. But he didn't know they were recording that shit the whole time. Like all that shit happened before the interview started. All the extracurricular shit. Because the interview was like he walked out in like 30 seconds. Like technically, it was a 30-second interview. All the other shit was like before they even started.
I just want to thank whoever created the meme with Birdman with his arms folded. It said when you go to the beauty shop and the person who came after you gets service before you. You like.
And you know that they don't have appointments and shit. Like when I had hair and I used to go to the barber shop. Yeah. You go to get a haircut, and somebody come in after. Like, I know that I know this dude pretty much works on walk-ins. He don't do appointments like that.
Right.
So I guess he just liked them better than me. I don't know.
I want to thank people.
And that's what made me shave my head because of the bad experiences of the barbershop. No, I was kidding. My father's time actually made me shave.
Father time actually stopped you, but
Mother Nature combined with Father Time did that shit. The combination, mother and father, got me on that one.
Speaking of interviews, did you see the Olivia Jade interview on Red Table Talk? Did you see hers?
I heard about it, but break it down for me.
I watched it. So Olivia Jade, if you guys don't know who she is, she's the daughter of Lori Loughlin, a.k.a. Aunt Becky, and her husband.
Who went to jail. It was a great episode of on a very special episode, The Funny or Die. Like, it's a hilarious episode about Aunt
Becky cheating to get her kids into school.
Yeah. It's facts on the watch.
That aged very well. Because that episode was done in the 90s.
Like they predicted the future in Full House, but go ahead.
Yeah, because she was trying to get her twins in the prestigious preschool. And then,
so the twins, so is that them all growing up now, the college campus? It's the same kids. They just growing up.
Well, Olivia Jade appeared on Red Table Talk to basically talk about what she's been going through. And which McCall wasn't having it? Gam?
I heard Mama was talking shit. That's what I heard.
Gabby was going
I heard. I haven't seen it, but that's what I heard.
Gam went in because she said when it's real problem where she said people look at you, she said they'll be like, child, please. Like, she basically told her, like, you have your privilege and, you're in your little privilege and this and that. But Olivia, from her standpoint, I do like that she is, she's like, I'm not trying to get sympathy because she was like, because what I did, what my parents did, it was wrong. And she said, but this is my teaching moment is that I'm learning about what's outside my bubble because if you've been in your bubble your whole life, that's all you know. But now when you go outside the bubble, that's how you break that cycle so you can learn. So you won't be ignorant no more. And that's where her standpoint was, is that I'm trying to learn. Like, I mean, I'm not expecting sympathy, but I'm trying to learn.
The one thing I hope happened is that hope that Jada's mom kept that same energy when she was talking to Jada about entanglements. Wow, please. Where's that energy then? That's all I'm saying.
Entanglement. August. Entanglement with August.
That happened this year too. This year been wild as fucking shit. That was this year too.
Yes.
What a wild ass fucking year that happened this year too. Let's talk. You want to talk some sports now? Or you got anything else?
Yes.
We probably we're gonna wrap this up definitely on some sports, starting with breaking news. Illinois fires Lovie Smith. You saw that?
I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Not surprised. I don't think they had all that much success during this time there.
Yeah, I said yesterday when Illinois was like only had 3 points, and I'm like, Lovey about to lose his job. I said that.
I'm trying to get his record. Somebody had posted it on my timeline on Facebook. They said, not surprised. They posted his record since he'd been there, and it was very way more losses than wins.
Yeah. Because he's been there 5 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had 5 years as a Illinois coach.
He definitely didn't have the success he had with the Bears, because the Bears went to a Super Bowl.
They went to the Super Bowl, yeah.
It's but it didn't translate to the college level when he went from pro to college. It didn't translate. So maybe Lovey gets another shot in the NFL. I hope he if not as a head coach, then maybe as some kind of coordinator or something. I hope he gets another shot in the NFL.
Right.
It didn't work out on that level, so. The Bears are still a fucking mess, but I think they just won today, but still, that team. They about to do another soft. Is it a soft reboot, or they're probably gonna do a hard reboot this time?
Yeah, probably.
So since Lovey's gone, how many reboots would that have been? 4 something? If they fire everybody now, this would be the 4th reset. I think it's the 4th reset.
Probably.
I lost count. Because they had Trestman, they had Fox, and then they have the current Nagy. That is Nagy?
Nagy, yeah.
Nagy, I don't pronounce it. No. Yeah. So this will be the 4th reset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This will be the 4th one and shit. But NBA news. You watch the preseason at all? I'm shifting from football. Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. They got ran out the gym. The less said about them, the better. But our rookie looked pretty good.
Patrick Williams.
He looked pretty good. The rookie looked pretty good.
He looked bad.
He didn't look bad because even Stacey King was he's playing not like a rookie. He's playing with confidence, and he wasn't playing scary. And that's what you want a rookie to go out. You want them to go out and to not be timid and stuff.
Is he a 3 or is he a 4? What do you think for modern NBA?
I
kind of like him at 4.
I was going to say a 4. I think he's a 4 more.
I like him, so I would definitely think about moving marketing. I like him at the 4. I like him there because marketing. Even though it's just one preseason game, I wasn't impressed by him at all. Kobe White, Zach looked good.
Kobe looked good, yeah.
Otto Porter, he seems like he's good again because he's been battling injuries pretty much since he's been in Chicago. He looked good. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, on Houston, there, John Wall looked like he ain't missed a step. John Wall and Boogie are gonna be fun.
Yeah,
especially if the Rockets are moving on from James Harden, which it's so many trades.
It looks like they are
out there, yeah. Because he wasn't even with the team. He didn't even travel to Chicago with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he got he went out with Lil Baby or somebody and
hanging out at the strip club or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was doing the lemon pepper wings again,
him out with lemon pepper Lou. Yeah, he wanted to get his lemon pepper Lou on and shit. But speaking of let's talk about that team, Lemon Pepper Lou with the Clippers. You saw Paul George signed a max contract, 5 years, 190, I think. So Playoff P got his paper. That's what the P stands for Playoff P. Is his paper. Yeah.
Black man, get your money. Black man, get your money. That's all I say about that. But I mean, I'm looking forward to the new season. I am.
I'm glad we getting basketball back soon again.
Yeah.
December 22nd, regular.
It's starting to feel a little bit. It makes us feel a little bit normal. So
it's good to see him back in the UC. No bubble. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bulls weren't invited to the bubble anyway. They only invited good teams to the bubble.
Yeah, they were too bad. You can't go in the bubble if you suck.
They were invited to the bubble.
Terrible niggas. No, but it's just, we want some sense of normalcy now. And looking at basketball, even though the stands are empty, But I mean, you had like Stacey and the new guy. I forgot who the new guy was.
New play-by-play.
I mean, doing it. So I mean,
they phased Neil Funk's old ass out. They retired.
Yeah, he was going to retire. I mean, it was time for him to retire.
Chuck didn't get his shot, but I guess they're gonna keep.
It's too bad he couldn't get his because of COVID, he couldn't get like his farewell,
a proper send off because the season just
proper
ended.
Send off.
Yeah, I know they probably had something big planned for him, but it got canceled.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
I mean, it's just good to just feel like we're returning to some sort of normalcy, because this ain't for the weak at heart. Like it's making all of us be a little bit crazy right now with what's going on. So, yeah.
But guess you want to wrap early? I don't know.
We can wrap.
But, appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. The end of the awkwardly like the season ended with the NBA.
Sometimes stuff is awkward.
Yeah. Definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. You want to support us further, give our Facebook page a like. Also subscribe, share, rate, review. Apple Podcast, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? If you want to get at us I forgot about YouTube. That's right. You want to check us out and see what we're doing, our faces, and check us out on the YouTube page. I'll do one of these. There it is. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. Also, if you like your 90s and 2K classics, check out my streaming station at ozradio.net. It's the bomb.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Mm-hmm. Also, SER8GLLEY1 on Twitter, SER8GLLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.